Good morning, my dear children. In the last class, we learned the story titled The Friendship. We have already started discussing the textual questions. Today, let's continue doing the textual exercises. All of you, please take your textbook. Take page number 21. Discuss in class. What do you think might have happened if Sudhir had been the one to fracture his leg? Would Tilak have gone to visit him? Would the boys have become friends? Children, just imagine that Sudhir had been the one to fracture his leg. Then, if that is the case, then will Tilak go and visit Sudhir? Would the boys have become friends? What do you think? What's your opinion? You can write your answer in the notebook. Okay? I will tell you an answer. You can have your own opinion. If Sudhir had fractured his leg, Tilak might not have gone to visit him. Tilak and Sudhir did not have any interest in common, and Tilak had many friends. When Sudhir had come to his house with his parents, Tilak had not bothered to find out about his other interests. So the two might not have become friends. Okay? This is my answer. You can either agree with this or you can have a different opinion. Okay? Please write down your answer in the notebook. Now look at the second question. The words in the box describe things that we learn from the story about each of the boys. Write them against the correct names. Here in this box we can see a few adjectives. What do you mean by adjectives? Adjectives are the words that modify or describe a noun. Here these words can be used to describe the two characters of our story, Sudhir and Tilak. We need to write these words against the correct names. Let's see. First word, sporty. We know that Tilak is very much interested in sports and games. So, this word fits with Tilak, sporty. Then, next one, kind. Who is kind? Sudhir is kind. How can we say that Sudhir is kind? When Tilak got his leg fractured, Sudhir visited him every day. Sudhir visited Tilak every day when Tilak's other friends were busy with their own affairs. Then, lonely. Tilak was feeling lonely when he got bedridden. Lonely. Tilak got lonely when he had to miss his classes for 6 weeks. Then, book lover. Who is a book lover in our story? It's definitely Sudhir. Sudhir is the one who introduced some books to Tilak. Then, popular. What do you mean by the word popular? Popular means something which is liked by many people. For example, the word popular book. What do you mean by popular book? Popular book means a book which is liked by many people. Then, who is a popular figure in our story? It's again Tilak. We know that he has got many friends. He was the captain of the school cricket team and he has got many friends. So he is the popular figure. Then animal lover. Who is the animal lover in the story? It's Sudhir. He has got many pets. Animal lover. Then thoughtful. Who is the thoughtful character? It's again Sudhir. Thoughtful means one who is quiet but thoughtful of others. He thinks about others. Who is thoughtful about other people. Who thinks a lot. Then confident. Who is the confident guy? It's Tilak. Confident. He is a sports star in his school. He is very much confident. He is a captain of the cricket team. Okay. Please write down the answers in your textbook. Then next one, word-wise. A warden works in a game sanctuary. Who is a warden? A warden is a person who has a responsibility to take care of a particular place. Who has a responsibility to take care of a particular place. A warden works in a game sanctuary. Where do these people work? Match the people with the places. A few professions are given below. We need to match these people with the places where they work. First one, photographer. Who is a photographer? A photographer is one who takes photos. Where can we find a photographer? We can find a photographer at a studio. So, please number it as 1. Then, judge. Who is a judge? A judge is a public officer in authority to decide cases in a law court. A judge is a public officer who has the authority to decide cases in law court. So, where does a judge work? A judge works in a courtroom. Then, third one, usher. Who is an usher? Usher is someone who shows the people where to sit in a church, theatre or a public hall. Okay? Usher is a person who shows the people where to sit in a church, theatre or a public hall. So, where can we find an usher? Find an usher. We can find an usher in a theatre. Then, fourth one, surgeon. Who is a surgeon? Surgeon is a doctor who does surgical operations. A doctor who does surgical operations. So, where can we find a surgeon? Surgeon works in a hospital. Then, chef. Who is a chef? Chef is a person. A chef is the chief cook. Chef is a chief cook in a hotel or restaurant. Okay, chef is a chief cook in a hotel or restaurant. Please don't pronounce it as restaurant. Restaurant is wrong. The correct pronunciation is restaurant. Okay, restaurant. A chef works in a restaurant. Then mechanic. Who is a mechanic? A mechanic is a skilled worker who repairs machines. Okay, a worker skilled in repairing machines. So, where can we find a mechanic? We can see a mechanic in a workshop. Mechanic works in a workshop. Okay, so photographer works in a studio. Judge works in a courtroom. Usher works in a theatre. Surgeon works in a hospital. Chef works in a restaurant. And mechanic works in a workshop. So this monkey started chattering. The word chattering is used to describe the sound produced by the monkey. Chattering means the repeated high-pitched noise made by the monkey. Take the correct words that describe the sounds made by these animals. Now we need to choose the words that describe the sounds produced by the animals given below. First one, birds. Birds twitter. Twitter is a word which is commonly used to describe the sound produced by birds. We also say birds chirp. Chirp, chirping of birds. Twittering of birds. Birds twitter, birds chirp. Okay. Here the answer is twitter. Then mice. Mice squeak. Mice squeak. Squeak is a sound. Squeak is a word used to describe the sound produced by mice. Then lions. This will be familiar to you. Lions roar. You can hear the roaring of a lion if you go to a dense forest. Then sheep. The sound produced by sheep can be denoted using the word bleat. The word bleat refers to the sound produced by sheep and goat. Okay. Spell right. Circle the correctly spelled words in these pairs. We can see 10 pairs. We need to circle the words which are spelled correctly. Okay, which have the correct spelling. After your pre-midterm exam, when you received your answer sheet, you might have noticed that I reduced your marks for spelling mistakes. You should be very careful about the spelling. Okay? While writing each word, make sure that you are writing the correct spelling of those words. Okay? These are some of the words that you might get wrong while writing. There is chance of making some spelling mistake in the case of these words. So let's see the words which are correctly spelled. First one, accidentally. Accidentally. This is the correctly spelled word. Accidentally. Then next one, experience. Which is the correct word? Experience. It is E here, not A. E. Then next one, business. Which is the correct spelling? This is the right one, business. Please circle the right answers. Next, committee. Which is the correctly spelled word? Committee. Then, intelligence. Intelligence. Possession. We have learned this word in our first chapter. The chapter title, The Mice That Eat Iron. Maniram's greatest possession was his iron scales. What do you mean by the word possession? Possession means something that we own or something that we have with us. Okay? A thing that we own or have with us. Possession. Then pronunciation. Which is the right word? This is the right word. Pronunciation. Then disappointed. Disappointed. Then necessary. This is the correctly spelled word. Questionnaire. Questionnaire. This is the right one. What do you mean by questionnaire? Questionnaire is a set of questions to be answered in order to gather information. A questionnaire refers to a set of questions to be answered in order to gather information. Chodyavali. Questionnaire. Okay. So, these are the correctly spelled words. Please circle these words. I will ask you to spell these words during our evening class. Okay? You should be able to spell these words correctly without looking your textbook. Be thorough with the spelling of these words. Write well. Imagine that, like Tilak, you had to be in bed for 6 weeks. Write 5 sentences about how you would feel. Use these hints. Children, just imagine that, like Tilak, you were bedridden for 6 weeks. You had to stay in bed for 6 weeks. Just write 5 sentences about how you would feel in your bedridden state. Use these hints. Some hints are given below. Would you be bored and lonely, or would you enjoy staying at home? How would you spend your time? What would you miss about your normal routine? Using these hints, you can write 5 sentences about how you would feel if you get bedridden for 6 weeks. Okay? I will give you a model. Please consider this as a model. You should write your own answers. Then, in the beginning, I would enjoy myself, but then I would feel bored and lonely. I would spend my time reading books or watching movies. I would miss going to school and meeting my friends. I would miss sharing my lunch with my best friend. I would always look forward to the evenings when my friends would come to visit me. See, this is my answer. You can take it as a model. Write your own answer. Okay? Please write it in your notebook. Then, next question, life skills. Take turns to say something nice about the person sitting next to you in class. You can mention anything that you like about her or him. After everyone has had a turn, have a class discussion on how you felt when someone praised you. This will be an interesting activity if you do it sincerely. We can do it during our evening class. Be prepared to talk about the student that comes next to your roll number. Okay? Suppose if you are roll number 1, you should talk something positive about the student who is roll number 2. Okay? Then there are 25 students in our class. The last roll number 25, should talk about roll number 1. Okay? Just tell one positive thing about your friend. Okay? We can do this quickly during our Google Meet session. Please be ready for this. Okay? Just talk something good about your friend. Just talk something positive. Find the positives in your friends. Okay? Find a positive thing in your friend and mention anything that you like about her or him. You should talk about the person who comes next to your roll number. Okay. Then, after everyone has had a turn, have a class discussion on how you felt when someone praised you. You can share your experience on hearing what your friends told about you. Okay. For example, I will tell you what you should say. For example, you can say, my friend Amrita can sing beautifully and she has got a lovely voice. Okay. Similarly, you can say something positive about the student who comes next to your roll number. Are you ready for this? Okay. Then we can do the grammar part in the next class. Okay. We can discuss the grammar exercises during our next class. Listen carefully. This activity is intended to improve your listening skill. Listen carefully as your teacher reads out some sentences. Circle the correct options within brackets. I have already sent you an audio clip. I hope you have listened to my voice that I have sent you in our WhatsApp group. Based on that, you might have answered these questions. Let's discuss these questions during our evening class. Please circle the correct options given in the bracket. Okay? Then, next one, speak well. Work in pairs. Discuss a situation when you felt happy, angry, or frightened. This is a speaking exercise. This is intended to improve your speaking skill. We can do it during our Google Meet session. You children should do a conversation. Okay? You should discuss a situation with your friends. A situation when you felt happy, angry, or frightened. An example is given here. You. Once I got separated from my parents at a railway station. Partner. What did you do? You must have felt frightened. You. Yes, but I decided not to move from where I was standing. My parents found me after a while. See? Can you discuss or can you explain a similar situation with your friends? You can choose any situation. Okay? Please be prepared for this. I will give you another model. Okay, this is yet another example. You. Once a young girl on the metro pushed past me to take a seat before an old lady could reach it. Partner. What did you do? You must have felt very angry. You. Yes, but I decided to raise my voice against the girl. Other passengers also supported me, and the girl had to get up to offer the seat to the old lady. See, you can prepare such short conversations. Okay? Please try to explain a situation. Choose a situation and try to explain it to your friends. Okay, let's do it during our evening class.